Oh my god! Nuclear holocaust on the drones!
Hey guys, and welcome to UCD the StarCraft. This is AlphaFerd giving you Game 2 between Select and Ruxin. So this is Ruxin's troll account, or he borrowed account or something. This is Li Ji Yun Yu, which is pronounced Ruxin, if you didn't know. So that's Ruxin right here. And then on the other side of the map is Select as the Blue Terran. And this is going to be an interesting game because it's on Korhal compound. Wow, that's hard to say. And it's a map I haven't actually seen any pro gamers play on yet. It's one of the what's it called? Planetary Fortress? Nah, it's it's a community map. It's pretty good. I like it. Interesting things to note: you can get the second pretty easily. Get a bunker there. You know, you got a defense, get a spine. But the thirds are pretty hard to take. This is the closest one over here, but you kind of have to protect this whole region if you want a third, which kind of sucks. But you do get an easy fourth because it's tucked right in this back corner. So we'll see how it goes. And it looks like Ruxin getting a really nice drone in here, preventing the wall in. Barracks going to go down. Not in the optimal position. In the meantime, Ruxin's all the way up to 15 drones. It doesn't look like there is an end in sight. Will he get 16? Probably not. It's going to be a 15 hatch. Because the larva... Nope, never mind. 16. In the meantime, Select is getting a fairly early gas. It's not going to be like a fast expand when you get this gas. You generally want to attack with the gas. We'll probably be seeing a factory in a few minutes. And in the meantime, Ruxin has thrown down this hatchery. Pretty cool hatchery. Oh yeah. So, it's going to be a pretty passive game. I mean, there's no proxies. Ruxin just now putting down the spine, or the spawning pool at 15. Or 16, and then going right back up to 16. Super economic build, but I like it. Just because the rush distance is so long, and it's going to take forever for Marines to march their way across the map, especially when there's no barracks on the way. And Select putting down, what the shit, a bunker here, and this SCV is probably going to get it up without fail, but it's a fake. There's only one Marine coming out. There's no sort of all-in coming. There's no sort of 2 racks pressure. But I think that Ruxin knows that. He scouted it out pretty well. You can see Select only building 2 Marines and stopping. He's going to start saving up. I wouldn't be surprised to see a factory. Boom! Nailed it. A+ for Ferg. In the meantime, this hatchery is just going to become best friends with the bunker here. But the Marine is getting in. It's probably not going to be able to do too much damage. I don't know. It might be able to kill it. 5 hit points left. 6. It can take 2 shots. And it looks like instead... Ooh, a very nice save there. By warping into an extractor so the Marine does not have the chance to kill your dude. And taking a look at the workers killed, it looks like Ruxin has managed to pick off 2 SCVs. And he has Ling streaming out onto the map along with 2 Queens and Ling speed on the way. And it looks like in the meantime Select is going to get reactor Hellions out. We'll probably see this barracks put down a tech lab sooner or later. In the meantime, Select is getting his natural starting construction. A little risky putting it down here, but once these Hellions come out, any sort of Ling push should be deflected easily. In the meantime, you can see he's getting his economy up, being smart, not getting too supply blocked. Perfect timing, actually, because the supply depot finishes right as he wants to produce a bunch more Hellions. That always gets me when I'm trying to build 4 Hellions and I just can't because I didn't build supply depots. Really good timing there on Select's part, but that's what I'd expect from a player of his caliber. Smart spine crawler here for Ruxin. He's going to definitely move it forward a little bit, and it can reach this entire range here. No sort of Hellion run by without getting slapped in the face with the spine crawler tail thingy right there. And yeah, it's going to be pretty standard. It looks like only 4 Hellions out on the map. They're just going to hold position out here. They might try to do a run-by, but smartly putting Lings on the ramp. just in case. And here come the Hellions. They do manage to pick off the Creep Tumor. A loss, but not any sort of supreme fallback. And anytime Select is getting a third CC really fast, I like it. He can use the orbital command calldowns for mules. He can produce extra SCVs. And when needed, he can just lift it off and float it over here and take this base, or just keep it in his main and build a new one for extra mule production. 5 Hellions out here now. And it looks like this one's just going to stay at home. Going to be the stay-at-home guy with a flamethrower. And let's take a look at the income, because holy cow, Ruxin is ahead 50 to 29. That is actually pretty far ahead. And it looks like Select is just not doing all that great, remembering to build SCVs. He's going to be fine economically because of mules, but if he could be more ahead, he's going to be catching up. No, man, 58 though. But here's the problem. Ruxin is going to have to find a way to take his third base on a map this wide with that many Hellions out. There's, 5 of them just hanging out here. Ruxin can see the whole thing. He's going to have to prepare really hard against any sort of run-bys down this alley right here. Because that is, like, prime territory to start roasting drones. So Ruxin's either going to need roaches, and it looks like he does have a lair on the way. Preparing for banelings in case there is a tank marine push. Smart, because there are indeed tanks and marines being produced. Maybe not so much marines, but reactor barracks definitely says marines. And getting out of Starport, I wouldn't be surprised to see some medevacs coming out soon. And oh no, right as he moves the spine crawler, almost takes his move to run in, but enough lings to deflect, and these Hellions are going to run away scared. I really like the use of Hellions in this case, though. He's just keeping Ruxin in his main, in his natural. And see, he's trying to get this third up. He does chase away, and look at all of this. Oh man, roasting all of these lings. These Hellions have tons of health, tons of kills. Let's take a look at the count. 11 kills, 8 kills, 3 kills, 4 kills, and they are still running, but it looks like they're gonna head back home. Crazy stuff. But in the meantime, Ruxin has gotten his third down. He is starting to build upgrades, is what he's building. It looks like he's definitely going to get infestors. I like that choice. Not so good as Mutalisks in most people's opinion, but Select is preparing missile turrets that are going to be pretty much useless. I like this little touch. Canvas paper flowing in the wind. But I like the choice of infestors. Infestors are generally pretty good, especially if you do this kind of timing where they benefit from the pathogen glands upgrade. And Select actually doesn't excuse me, doesn't have many tanks. He only has a third on the way, and he's getting a lot of Marines, and they don't even have, where are the Marine upgrades? Stim isn't completed. Combat shields hasn't even begun, so if he lands a nice fungal before combat shields, he can do a ton of damage, especially because he also has the ability to make banelings. Does he have baneling speed yet? Not quite yet, but with his third base economy, he should be able to have the gas to invest into it. But this actually might signal a push. He does have siege mode. There are 3 tanks on the map. I just don't like this push timing, as he doesn't quite have the Marine upgrades. He does have 2-2 to match Ruxin's 2-2, but I don't know. You can see, look at all of these tech labs reactors. Just look at all the barracks. 6 right now sitting here grinding away at upgrades, and it looks like, wow, how did I even miss this? Look at how fast the CC floated over there. And now he has a barracks. a third base mining while Ruxin tries to take it fourth. But here's a really nice touch, and I really want to emphasize this. Look at the positioning here of the sensor tower. He can see when things are moving in this way. He can see when something tries to take this sensor tower. And he can see pretty much when anything moves out to take this third down, aside from if they squeeze right in here. And Lings tend to spread out, and I think he'd be able to see it, especially because the Lings will be coming in this direction. He should be able to catch most of them. Look at them. They have to squeeze through that or move up into the third. He'd have to be really aware of his positioning if he tried to do a run by, and already you can see Select preparing. Look at that. It's really, really smart. Lots of lanes on the field, only 4 Hellions, but excuse me. Select is just playing really smart. Both players are hanging back. Nothing too crazy. 3-3 coming out. Ultras, and finally these combat shields are coming out. These poor Hellions, they had so many kills and now they're dead. And you just take a look at how Select is spreading up his units. He's doing a lot of scouting. He is checking these bases. He knows this base is up. He's going to do a drop and some more Marines coming in. And another drop coming in here. And, okay, so the Vikings are there. But there are 2 drops coming in. Here is the drop at the 4th base. Going to be cleaned up with Lings. And he does have Lings ready for the drop in the main. And I don't think these Marines are going to have too much of a chance. Yep, a very smart deflection. But here comes the push! Select is moving in towards the 4th base, but this smart Overlord placement see everything. And Ruxin's going to be able to prepare very well. Look at all of these infestors coming in. Very smart scan. Just going to get set up here, and look how much range does this tank have. Almost enough. Yep, enough to shell this poor base. In the meantime, there's a drop at the 3rd, but that's not where it's needed. He needs to protect this base. It goes down almost instantly. And Ruxin taking this base out here in response. But one thing that Select's problem is his army is trapped way out here. And if it can't get home, this is a huge flank, and Ultras are coming in. Both players are pretty much maxed, but Select's army is split in half, and here come the Ultras doing massive damage. Lings surrounding everything, Banelings exploding on top of everything, and I think that's going to clean up pretty nicely. Pretty much only Lings have gone down, a few Ultras, but the last siege tank falls, and the medevacs are forced to fly away. All of these infestors are perfectly fine. And where is Select's army? He has 4 tanks, 3 Marauders, and 19 Marines. That is not a big army. And I don't even know where most of it is. It looks like some of it's tied up in this drop over here. But all of his army's right here. He can totally fight against it. And he's shelling his own units. These Lings are gonna be fine. But no, the bio forces are enough. This tank has less of a chance than Snooky to do any damage. I don't know. Snooky jokes. But he does lose his Ruxin's 4th base, but he's taking the opportunity to re-secure over here on the right-hand side of the map. But Select is actually taking this, and I don't know. Ruxin's losing his edge. He has a nice unit count, but if he can't deny this base, that's what's really important. These drops continue to come. This is a nice double drop here, and these drones are not going to be happy. They're going to be the opposite of happy. Actually, it's a triple drop. This medevac was hanging out in the back, and there isn't much left here. The Banelings are going to explode on almost nothing, and there's only a few Lings here to fight. This drop is actually really big. The Queen coming out, trying to be a hero. He lost